Hi, friends, and happy Sunday afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Meet Me at the 313 Grill and Kitchen. It is Sunday, June the 23rd, and I don't know what your Sunday afternoon plans are, but our church family is having a picnic this afternoon, and so I thought it'd be appropriate to make a cake. So our cake we're going to make today is a Mexican fruit cake. Now, the recipe was actually, the cake itself was actually made by a friend of mine from back in my home church where I grew up in Eastern North Carolina. And that was one of my favorite cakes I enjoyed eating when we would have covered dish meals and et cetera, et cetera. So I found a recipe online, and I don't know if it is the exact one that my friend made from back home, but it is a really simple cake, really easy to make. It's a homemade from scratch cake. Now, I'm not much of a baker, but I do like to bake a couple of things every now and then. And so I turned out to be that a Mexican fruit cake was one of my favorite hits that, my church family here is enjoying so far. So it is a very simple thing. So you're going to need, go ahead and give you what we need. We're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to need 2 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 large eggs. We're going to need about maybe somewhere between 20 to 30 ounces of pineapple crushed in the pan, and you want to pour all the juice in it. That's going to be the very simple thing. So the first thing that I've done is we have preheated our oven to 350 degrees. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is we're going to take a large 13 by 9 baking dish, and we're going to spray it down. That's the first thing you want to do. Just coat it. We're going to set it to the side. The next thing we are going to do, we're going to take a measuring cup, and we're going to do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So let's go ahead and add in our flour. Now, the key to doing flour is you make sure you want to do it under the sink so you don't have a mess to clean up after the fact. We'll put this into a large bowl. 2 cups of flour. Just pour that in. Next thing, we're going to take 2 cups of sugar before I make another incident in the kitchen. 2 cups of sugar. Mix that in just as nice and smooth. Now we're going to take our baking soda, get my spoon, and we are going to need 2 teaspoons. So there's 1. And 2. That's that. Now, we got to take 2 large eggs, and we're going to put it in, just like that. And always, after you play with raw eggs, always wash your hands so you won't contaminate others with salmonella. It's always a safety rule in the kitchen when you're messing with raw eggs. Alright, now the fun part. So we're going to add in our pineapple. And I'm going to do about 1.5 cans. I got 1 20-ounce can, but we want to give it a little extra flavor, so we're going to add a little bit extra to it. Don't have to be much, but enough to give it some flavor. So when all that is done, we are going to mix. We're going to go ahead and start putting this thing together. I'm going to give it a good. Now, if you have flour in here, it's always best that you stir it over the sink to prevent any spills on the floor. Now another option would be if you wanted to, you could add walnuts into it, but I'm not going to add walnuts into my cake. That is just another option. And when this is set good, your finished batter should look like this. Let me see. Let me just take my phone so you have an idea of what it looks like. Now when that's good, we're going to add this in our 9 by 13 baking dish. Doesn't that look good, folks? Okay, folks, now at this time, this is what the final product looks like, as you can see. And now we're going to put this in the oven. And what you want to do is you want to bake this at 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes until golden brown. So we're going to set our timer for 35 minutes. In just a few minutes, we are going to make the topping for the cake. Again, it's a relatively simple process. If you want a really good summertime home from scratch made cake, this is the perfect recipe. So when we come back, we're going to make our frosting. So stay tuned. There's more to come. All right, folks, we are back. So we just checked on our cake. We got about 20 minutes left until regulation. And, you know, again, make sure it's baked until it's golden warm. It may not have to be exact 35 minutes. When the timer goes off, you know, you want to check it to see if it needs a little cooking. I give another 5 minutes until it's completely golden brown. So now we're going to make our frosting for the cake. We're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese. You'll need a half a cup of butter, or typically a stick of butter. You want to put in the microwave about 30 seconds to soften up, melt it up, whatever you feel is best to do. We're going to need 2 1/4 cups of powdered granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. In cases, I like to use pure vanilla extract. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cream cheese. We're going to go ahead and add our cream cheese. Just add that completely in. And always wash your hands when you get done with the cream cheese, so it won't stick to your hands. I hope all of you are having a good afternoon so far and a good day. All right. Now we take, and I've already softened the butter to save time. We take our half a cup of butter, add that in. Now we're going to need 2 1/4 cups of powdered granulated sugar. You want to, again, this is like flour. You want to keep this in the sink so it won't bead anywhere. Okay, we're probably need a little bit more. So let's take our new package up and let's add a little more. Add this much. Now we're going to add 2 cups, and then we need to add another 1/4. Don't have to be much. That'd be good. Okay. Now the last thing we want to add is vanilla extract. Now, of course, sometimes I just like to eyeball it. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit around, and that'll be good. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to beat them down until all ingredients are smooth and creamy. We're going to take our beater and we're going to start whipping it together. This may take a few minutes as the cream cheese has got to blend in with this. And as you can see, it is starting to all come together, so this may take about 2 to 3 minutes. Slow down just a little bit. Alright folks, so that is our frosting. Now, it doesn't look like a lot. If you think it is not a lot, what you can do is you can make another batch of frosting to cover the complete cake. So, now when the cake is done, we're going to let it cool for a little while, and we're going to pull it out, let it cool for a little bit, and we want to frost the cake while it's warm. So right now we've got another 19 minutes left on the cake, so when it's done, and a little bit warm, we will frost it and we'll let you see the final result. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, folks, our cake is done. I will let you guys see it. It is now been pulled out of the oven about maybe 30 minutes ago. So this is what the cake looks like out of the oven. And now the last thing we're going to do is we are going to add our frosting. So as you saw a minute ago, we put our frosting together. We'll take a little scraper spoon. We're just going to start scraping it on. You want to do this while the cake is still warm to give it a good, so it'll be a moist cake. Just going to kind of go along with it. Take as much as you can. Just like that. Nicely as that. We'll have enough frosting to cover the entire cake. We want to just kind of do the edges as much as we can. We'll do another. You just want to try to use as much as you can. Another, we're just going to spread it across. Just like that, she wrote. Our last bit. All right, folks, and there you have it. This is our pineapple Mexican fruit cake, or is what we call a pineapple cake. And if you would like the full written down recipe, just please shoot me a note and I'll be glad to share with you. Also, what I would like to do in the coming days is I'd like to do a Q&A of any recipes that you have or want me to cook on the show. And I'd love to do it. I think coming up soon, we're going to do some casseroles. I had a request if we've had any tried and true casserole dishes. We have not gotten that far ahead yet, but you know, we do like a couple of casseroles in our household, so maybe we'll try and incorporate some soon. Try some new things. I like to try squash casserole. That's something I like to do. And again, if you have any questions about this or any of my recipes that you've seen so far, just let me know. Again, my name is Patrick, and this has been another edition of Meet Me at the 313 Gorilla Kitchen. So until next time, folks, have a great rest of the day, and God bless you.